Can you say hi? Hi. Oh, okay. Look here and say hi. Hi. Wave. I want to quickly thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video and making it possible for me to share this content with you. Okay, everyone, and welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about how the Philippines has become such a pageant powerhouse in the universe, in the world. And I'm gonna share with you how you can reach that powerhouse level. I was fortunate to place in the top 9 at Miss Universe, and I didn't have a team. Canada! I only had some tools that I took advantage of, some platforms that I found online. So I'm gonna share those with you in this video and share how you can rise to the powerhouse level of some of these amazing queens. It is no mystery that the Philippines has become an absolute powerhouse in the pageant world. In 2010, Venus Raj ended the, I believe it was 11-year drought of Philippines not placing at Miss Universe. Since then, oh god. Oh yeah, the reason you haven't seen Leighton in the last couple videos is because he got his wisdom teeth out, all 4 wisdom teeth out, and he's a little puffy. Venus Raj ended the 11-year drought of Philippines not placing at Miss Universe, and since then, she placed as 4th runner-up. Since then, Philippines has placed every single year at Miss Universe, which is outstanding. No other country has done as well in the last 10 years as the Philippines. Philippines has had 4 top 5 placements, 2 top 10 placements, 1 top 6 placement in 2016 when I competed, Maxine Medina, 1 top 20 placement last year, and 2 Miss Universe winners. So this is totally extraordinary. This is amazing. So I wanted to look into how and why Philippines is doing this. What are they doing with their girls to make them such standouts on the Miss Universe stage? So of course Miss Philippines has done well in the other international pageants. Philippines queens have won in all 4 of the major pageants, Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss International, and Miss Earth, with 93 placements and 15 victories, which is totally outstanding. So I wanted to look into why and how these queens are doing this. What are they doing that's different than some of the other countries around the world? Traditionally, women would go to Colombia or Venezuela or some of the other big pageant countries to do pageant training. So for example, even the winners from Philippines, from Bini Bini, they would go to Venezuela or Colombia or one of those countries to get pageant training. And now we are seeing women go to the Philippines to get training. For example, Miss Vietnam 2018, who placed in the top 5 at Miss Universe, she had Filipino coaches. Something is going on here in the Philippines, and I wanted to investigate and see what is happening and why women are doing so well from the Philippines, because there's always been amazing women in the Philippines, but obviously something is different in terms of the training, the coaching, whatever's happening there. Some of what I have found is that these women are showing up at international pageants, namely Miss Universe, because that's what I can speak to the most, with extraordinary speaking skills, interview skills, personal branding skills. They know how to work themselves on social media, which maybe surprisingly is very important. We see that Pia Wurtzbach, Catriona Gray, they have very strong social media presence. They have something about the way that they brand themselves that stands out from some of the other competitors. And whether you like it or not, social media is just such an important part of our world today. And so the way that we show ourselves on there is going to impact how you do at something like Miss Universe, or if you're a business owner, what your social media presence is with your business is going to make an impact on your success. Philippines has turned these women into leaders, advocates, superheroes essentially of their country. And I'm going to share with you how, if you're competing, you can train like these women, how you can compete on their level without necessarily having the same support that they do. What I mean by that is that these women are sent to these boot camps where they learn how to walk, how to talk. It's very intense, these boot camps. There's been a rise of them in the Philippines in the last several years. We've all heard of Aces and Queens, which is a training boot camp essentially, or a training team. I don't know how they categorize it in the Philippines, but for someone like me going off to Miss Universe, I didn't have that. I didn't have a team of people. I didn't have a budget to work with that I could hire people to help me. So I turned to something totally different that literally only cost me $10 a month, $9.95, and this is something that anyone can access. You don't have to be a pageant contestant, you don't have to even be considering a pageant, you could be a business owner, you could be an everyday person, and I'm going to share with you what I used to be able to basically experience the success that I did at Miss Universe without the same kind of team like someone like Miss Philippine. So a lot of them, like I said, have exposure to these teams, to these boot camps, and not everyone has that. So for example, myself, I didn't have exposure to a team and all of that, but I wanted to develop myself in the best way that I could to show up at Miss Universe being my best self, being the best version of myself. So when I was preparing for Miss Universe, I didn't have a budget, like none, zero, no budget. I wasn't working at the time, I was in law school, and so I didn't receive any budget to work with from my national director. So I started looking into different ways that I could best prepare myself, and I came across an amazing platform that I'm sure many of you have heard of, and it's called Skillshare. From Skillshare, I learned so many different things, from developing my personal brand to how to properly post on social media, how to use hashtags, how to better develop my own personal brand for sharing that in interview and also sharing that online. Now, if you don't know a bit about my story, when I went off to Miss Universe, I had about 10,000 followers on Instagram. When I got on the flight to head home from the Philippines, I had over 100,000 followers on Instagram. This was a combination of a few things. One, I had this whole body shaming experience where people were calling me fat, overweight, told me I was promoting obesity because of my body, because I was different than some of the other girls. A lot of people told me to ignore the haters, ignore what people were saying about me, but I wanted to do something with this. I wanted to be able to show other young women and women of all ages and backgrounds, and just people in general, that you don't have to allow what other people say to bring you down. You can still stand up for yourself, and in essence standing up for others, because you're showing others that the words that people are saying to you are not going to impact you. If anything, they're going to change you for the better and allow you to be better in your overall life. And for me, that was being a better competitor at Miss Universe. What I decided to do was take all of this that was coming my way and turn it into something on social media. I started sharing messages of body positivity. I started sharing what people were saying to me and how I was responding to it, and it ended up going viral, if you will. And like I said, my social grew in an insane amount. There's actually a class on Skillshare called Social Media Marketing, Top Tips for Growing Your Followers and Going Viral. So I didn't really know that I was gonna go viral, but I had the tools that I needed to know to best utilize this, I guess, opportunity, if you will. So when I went off to Miss Universe, I didn't necessarily know that my Instagram was going to blow up or that I was going to place in the top 9 amongst all the women from around the world competing, but I was ready with the toolkit of all the different things that I had learned over my years of experience and through classes like this one called Social Media Marketing, Top Tips for Growing Your Audience and Your Followers. Things like this are so valuable, and they come into play in ways that you don't even think or that you don't know are coming. For example, one of the sections in this class, it says rely on visuals. Now, what that means is that on your Instagram, for example, if someone checks out your Instagram, so for me, my posts were being shared by Vogue, Time, Cosmo. When they went to my Instagram to look at my feed, they were obviously relying on visuals and things that they could share that would basically suit their media and what their audience was going to see. So it's all on visuals. So when people come to your Instagram, they want to see things that are interesting, that they can relate to, that they feel like they can see maybe part of your story or who you are or who they are as a person through your posts. So Instagram is, in hindsight, looking back now, I'm holding this lip balm that Lily handed me, it's a golf ball. I actually wish that I would have shared more even of my journey. I wish that I would have shared more with my audience, provided more visuals for my audience at the time. And of course, you know, you learn things as you go, but my advice for you, and something that I've now learned from Skillshare as I've been using Skillshare more, is to share more. Yeah. Is that what I'm trying to say? I need more coffee. Share more. If social media is something that is a part of your life, or that you want to be more part of your life, or you're trying to monetize your content, or you're wanting to have brands see you, or you're preparing for a pageant or whatever it is, share more with your audience and you are going to start to learn what your audience wants to see. So like I said, looking back, I wish I would have shared more pictures with other contestants, or getting ready for the interview, getting ready for the final night. I wish I would have shared more, because then people feel more connected with you. And like I said, that's something I have now learned, is that people want to see from you. They want to see what you're doing. They want to see the behind the scenes. So I wish I would have shared more of that. And when you look at people like Catriona Gray, who has almost 9 million Instagram followers, or Pia Wurtzbach, who has over 10 million Instagram followers, which is so crazy. Both of them share so much of their life. They share the glam, they share the behind the scenes, they share the campaigns that they're working on. So I can guarantee you that the Miss Universe brand was looking at them, looking at what they were sharing, and seeing how much they were sharing, and seeing that their audiences were resonating with them. So I'm looking at Pia's Instagram right now. She has a picture with Zosie Beanie, the current Miss Universe, and Zosie has almost 3 million followers now on Instagram. And it's not about necessarily the numbers, the following, but what they're sharing. That can be so powerful. And we see here on Pia's Instagram that she is sharing everything from the behind the scenes to the events that she's doing, also to the brands that she works with. I see that she does a lot of work with Uniqlo. She has something here with Olay. She does a lot of work with Olay Philippines actually. And so she has a little bit of everything, and clearly she has monetized her content, because some of these, for sure, these brands would be paying for to be exposed to her audience. And what she's done such a good job of is connecting with her audience. She's done that by sharing so much, sharing a bit of her life, the behind the scenes, so that when she does share those monetized ads, if you will, or monetized posts, people feel that much more connected and they want to know the brands that she's working with. So all of these are some of the things I've started to see and learn from learning the things I've learned on Skillshare, because I've learned from classes on Skillshare and then I'm able to actually see them in action, which is really interesting. Something else that happens when you're at Miss Universe is you show up and you're essentially alone. You're surrounded by people, but you're just there. You don't have your team of people, you don't have your friends, you don't have your family. It's just you. And so there's a class on Skillshare, it's called Double Your Social Skills and Communication Skills. Some of the topics it covers are remove your fear of approaching, how to approach anyone, join group conversations, connecting with people fast, and what people think of you. I learned a bunch of different tips here that are so helpful, whether you are going to be competing in a competition, whether you're at business networking events, or whether you're just maybe a shy person and don't know how to jump into group conversations. You are going to learn something super valuable that you're going to be able to bring into any of those parts of your life. And I can guarantee you it's going to make you feel more comfortable, more confident, joining conversations, being in front of people, and being able to connect with people faster and easier by being confident in who you are and being confident in the things that you're saying. These are like the secrets that you see influencers online using, but they don't share with you how they did it. So all of this stuff you can learn online through Skillshare, and you can get 2 months of Skillshare for free, which is a super incredible deal. So before everyone else, before this video even ends, click the link below to get those 2 free months of Skillshare, and I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Let me know in the comments below or via Instagram DM what class is your favorite, and in my next video I'm going to be sharing some of those suggestions. I can include your name if you give me permission, so I will be sharing some of your favorite classes in my next video. So check out that link before everyone else to get those 2 free months, because there are limited spots available to get them. And Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth, which is what this is all about, which is what this video is about, is experiencing real growth professionally and personally, and getting on a level of some of these other people who have whole teams to help you. Skillshare is the whole team that you need. Skillshare offers classes that are designed for real life so that you can move your creative journey forward without putting your life on hold. You can learn and grow with short classes that fit your busy routine. Let me tell you, I have a very busy routine with a 1-year-old baby, trying to do all these other amazing things that I've been very fortunate to do. So my life is busy, but I still have time to fit in Skillshare classes to learn and grow and become a better person overall, professionally and personally. Like I said, you guys, the first 500 of you to click the link below will get 2 free months amazing. You will not only just get 2 months of normal Skillshare, you will get 2 months free of a premium membership. So click that link below, sign up, get your 2 free months, and let me know in the comments or via Instagram DM what your favorite class was, so I can then share your recommendations in my next video. If you are a pageant contestant and you are wanting to use Skillshare to basically become your best self for your upcoming pageant, send me a DM after you have clicked the link and registered, got your 2 free months, and I will send you my personal list of my favorite classes that helped me prepare for Miss Universe, place in that top 9. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. You guys are the best, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't mind my morning look right now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found a few helpful tips for yourself to reach the level of some of these amazing queens. I do want to remind you, this is only part 1. And I'm going to be sharing a part 2 that will go more into depth on how the Philippines has reached this insane level at Miss Universe.